The way that people thought about Africa was they are recipients of aid and development assistance, and that, you know, there isn't really a whole lot of trade going on.
Rosa is really about looking at the continent and saying that which is not even spoken yet.
Where I work in Africa, which has some of the fastest growing economies in the world, has the world's youngest population in an aging world.
Rosa is one of the nation's leaders when it comes to the question of Africa. I had heard so much about her legacy and the history of Africa policy that is forward-thinking, that views the continent as an opportunity. I viewed her then and I view her now as a mentor because she really set the stage to shift the focus in Congress toward a trade relationship.
Being able to understanding that the continent of Africa may appear to be a paradox, but that the real thing is that it's a continent that will become. And so all of Rosa's work has been about Africa becoming.
Africa is increasingly becoming more competitive and providing value for money. AGOA is only going to increase the trades.
AGOA impacted Ghana because it provided for Ghana exporting something like 6,400 commodities to the United States, duty-free and quota-free. There hadn't been anything like that before.
Really, she has been an institution regarding AGOA, and every single extension of AGOA she has been involved in from the very beginning.
Even as a young child, she would always ask, why couldn't people's lives be different? As a teenager, she would go to Congress and she would go listen to how laws impacted not only the city, but states and a nation. It opened her mind up to the impact that a political body could have on changing people's lives.
Rosa came to live with me and my family in Zimbabwe. I think Rosa was about 24, 25. She was not looking at the African experience and saying, oh, she felt that she was part of it. And she actually wanted to be part of it.
She's always had this larger-than-life heart to make people's lives better.
The Whitaker Group was, in a way, a successor program to AGOA, driven by Rosa, shaped by Rosa, and the way that she made trade to become a real conversation within the policy environment of the continent. By her sheer force of nature,
She managed to introduce my government with heavyweight industries like Cargill, a leading cocoa processor in the United States, ADM, and further later to Newmont. All of the three of them came to Ghana and invested heavily here, and it was mainly through the agency of Rosa.
Rosa can walk in the living room of many heads of state in Africa as though she's a family member, because they know that she only wants the best for their countries and for their people.
Most American business leaders who know the continent view the Whitaker Group and view Rosa as the number one person to retain and to work on their projects. And that includes Fortune 100 companies, Fortune 500 companies.
I mean, she's brought over maybe $8 billion, I've lost track, of investment to Africa, resulting in jobs.
Not only is she working alongside US companies, but she's also working across the globe now with a number of different companies from different countries.
For Rosa, it's never been trade, not aid, because she realizes the need for both. That's why Rosa is on the board of directors of Mercy Ships.
Rosa is a woman of strong faith, And through all the years, I think people might think, oh, well, she's just lucky. But I really think that her faith has been a strong foundation.
Now it's time to look to stage 2, because she's going to lead the way into the next stage of development. And whether she knows it or not, I plan to continue to rely on her leadership, her expertise, and her relationships.
I think that Rosa's life is an assignment in Africa. No matter how she tries to escape it, she must fulfill her assignment.